Welcome back to another episode of the House of Flowers. I have Emma here with us. How are you?
I'm good. I'm so happy to be here.
Yeah,
Thank you.
I'm happy to have you.
Thank you.
Okay, so tell me about your company.
Yeah. Well, I do like to say I'm a multifaceted entrepreneur. We as women, I think, start and do so many wonderful things. My current passion project is the Collab in Hendersonville, and it's a woman-focused community and co-working space and event venue.
Okay, awesome. What are the other
Oh
ones?
gosh, so many other things. Yes, I've been a model for 15 years almost.
Oh my goodness.
I'm also a certified coach. I coach women, and yes, I've done a stint as a stylist and really enjoy that part of helping women feel supported and seen and valued in their bodies. So I do some of that. I also do some marketing consulting. So
Oh my goodness.
so many little things that make up who I am, and all things that bring me joy, which I think is the point.
I love that.
Thank you.
It's giving pink.
Oh, thanks.
It.
Yes.
I love it. Okay, so since you're multifaceted, you
Yeah.
have all of these different avenues. How do you, that's a lot of companies. How do you calm down and wind down, de-stress, self-care?
Yeah. I probably could do a better job of that. But what I've been practicing lately is more internal self-care. For me, it's the external self-care is lovely and rejuvenating and nice. I'm doing some of it later this week. I'm gonna get a dermaplane and I'm gonna get a massage and all that good stuff. But I'm doing more of an active practice of doing more internal work, which for me means more grounding in the morning, more time for reading and meditation, journaling, taking it slow. And that's what I've learned. I think the main thing is listening to what your body needs to reset and rest, and find that sense of peace and calm so that you can go out and live your best day. And for me, it is taking those intentional moments. Honestly, I'm not an early riser either, so I'm not like up at 6 a.m. doing this stuff. I have kiddos, my husband takes them to school, and then I take my time to get ready for the day. And every day looks different depending on when different things happen, but if I can get 15 minutes to read or to meditate and just take some calm moments, really fuels my day.
Yeah, I love that. I think mornings are where everything starts. If your morning is off, the rest of the day, domino effects, and it just jumbles and you're running the rest of the day.
Absolutely. It absolutely does. And I felt that even a few weeks ago. I got back from a trip and I was taking my time in the morning, I was reading, and then I immediately thought of something I needed to do. I was like, I have to send this email before this person goes into the collab and new member, like welcome email, that stuff. And so I rushed to do that, which we have a template, like it's easy. It's an easy press with a button. But then I got sucked into the other things and I was like, wait a minute. And I noticed myself becoming very grumpy and very like, I don't want to do this, inner child energy really showing up in that like, they took away my time, and I just did it to myself. And so then I had a moment of, all right, you need to regroup and you're going to walk away now and you're going to go back to finishing your time and you're going to come back to this when you're ready and when you're in the right headspace. I also know that that is a luxury, that is a privilege to be able to be an entrepreneur, to be able to like have a say and like, I'm going to have a slow morning, right? Because I kind of build my own schedule. I realize what an opportunity that is, and so I try not to take that for granted. But I also think it's still very good to take care of yourself and listen to yourself, because if you're not, you do, like you said, you are just going to run and crash every day because you're grumpy because you didn't get what you need.
Exactly, exactly. And I love how you mentioned that coming back. Like you said, okay, actually, let's pause and let's go back to peace for a second, ground, and then we're going to come back. And I think that resetting is so important, especially throughout the day.
Yes.
Because I think a lot of women are running and they find themselves in a spot and they don't like it, but they're aware. And I think as soon as you're aware, you can step back. You can take a 5-minute pause.
Yes, that's exactly right. That's exactly right. Yeah, if you are tuning into yourself enough, that is an active practice of also kind of letting go of ego, of letting go of like, I can do all of these things, right? A practice of, all right, I'm just going to like let go for a minute and reconnect, check in with self. Like, what do I need right now? We all have those moments where we're taking like extreme deep breaths, right? We're like, oh, okay. But making it last a little bit longer, giving yourself 5 minutes, something to really, really regroup, is such a, I think a necessary thing to continue on in your day.
Yeah, I agree. For me, it's normally walks because I'm usually in my office. So it's like, okay, 5-minute walk.
Yes.
Real quick.
Yes. Let me just get up, move my body, be outside. We have done this to ourselves as motivated women. I think a lot of women are multifaceted. A lot of women have multiple things that they love to pursue and do. And we kind of like run ourselves to the ground with this of like, I'm going to do all the things, right? We don't have to do all the things.
Right.
I don't like the hustle vibes, hustle culture. I know that there are situations where that may be necessary, but it's not sustainable. Hustle's just not sustainable. And so, taking that time to, all right, I can give myself a walk, or how can I turn this and make this look something different? Like I have a friend who, when she's talking with clients or if she's taking a phone call to connect with someone new, she will do that on a walk, right? And so we don't always have to sit at our computer, right? If we're just connecting with someone for the first time, we can turn it into a walk so that we're also getting something out of that experience. So yeah.
I know you mentioned hustle culture, and I think that's such a sore spot. I would love for you to like, I don't know, explain on why hustle culture is not it.
It's not it.
Yeah.
It is not it. I've kind of like toyed with this idea of, I've had this thought, I guess, for several years now. I don't really know of anyone who's meant to like grind it out, whatever they say, right? People do that. People think that they need to do that to get to a certain level. I don't think that's always the case. It turns very quickly into people pleasing and sacrificing of self. And so when we are just running and gunning and going all the time to try to make everyone else happy, do this thing, we lose our intention and our integrity, and then we just totally sacrifice ourselves. And again, that's not sustainable. I think, especially as women, we are, period, the creators, the nurturers. We are those people. That's how we were designed. And we can absolutely do that as a CEO, as a director, as a manager, as a teammate, as an entrepreneur. We can be both because we are multifaceted, right? We can be active, driven people, but still keeping a boundary of not sacrificing myself for this hustle or this thing that this company or team needs, right? And I think creating those boundaries for yourself is huge. And then also living with your own personal integrity, knowing what your principles and values are is a great exercise in not letting the hustle carry you away. Because it can feel very much like I'm being carried away into this thing that I may or may not want to do. And how do I find the break?
Right. Yeah, I find so many women are in corporate settings and they're just like, I don't know if I actually want this, but they don't have the mental capacity to sit down and think about it. You know, it's just, they're just going. And I'm like, no. Yes. Very common. Yeah. Very common because, let me soapbox, but we as women, I think a lot of the time, have been conditioned to caretake for a lot of things in a lot of different ways. Whether that be the partners in our life, we are always typically, not always. I think women are typically like, yes, I will do that. Yes, I will, whatever, right? We've been conditioned, we've learn how to connect some value to that of saying yes, and that becomes that people-pleasing aspect. But when we take a moment to really kind of turn off the noise of everything else going on around us and take a minute to intentionally reflect and listen to ourselves of what do I need and want and desire, and is this what I think it should be, right? Like you said, these corporate women, I've been there. I had a corporate career in marketing, and thinking about I would just do anything to help my team be successful. But there are shifts that come about within us, and it does allow us to stop and pause and see what is really important, what do I really need for myself so that I can maintain and ultimately determine what you really want. What's going to bring you the highest joy and good. Right. And that's really it. That just what's going to make you happy, and saying you know what, I think I'm impactful. I impacted someone's, just fulfilling at the end of the day. And that's where you actually get peace. Yeah. And what a blessing and opportunity that is. And I know many women who do that in many different facets, right? And I know that also that there are situations where we have to have a job because we have to provide for our family or whoever, right? You may not always have the job that you love or desire, but you gotta do the things you gotta do to provide. Hopefully there's an opportunity that it's in some vessel of interest to you, right? Hopefully it's in some area that you find at least interesting, right? Because you don't want to make yourself miserable. But even in those times when we kind of are put into a place where, okay, we have to show up or we have to perform and we have to continue doing this thing for bigger, greater reasons, how can I still reconnect with self, reclaim myself, get that fulfillment, joy, peace in other areas or in moments of that experience. Yeah, and I think that's good because you might not always get that opportunity to do what you love. But like you said, if you're in some kind of interesting field, you still need something that gives you joy. Yeah. And it has to be a daily thing. Yes. Because you can't wait for the weekend to enjoy your life. No, you can't. Life is too short. It's too short. Life is too short. Life is too noisy. Yeah. We hear a lot of different
opinions and perspectives and shoulds and coulds and all that, right? And we're the only true ones who can dictate what that looks like for us.
Right.
And so being intentional with how am I connecting with myself about what I need for these things.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You mentioned boundaries a while ago when it comes to just having that, it's not even work-life balance, but having a balance. What does that look like for you?
Yeah. It was funny. I was having like a energy experience. Someone was like reading my energy a couple weeks ago, and she's like, I can sense you like tense up when I say the word boundaries. I was like, yes, I do internally. I don't really, I have boundaries. Boundaries are hard for me because I really deeply care, and I want experiences to be wonderful, and I really want people to be seen, heard, and valued. And so I am just like open like this a lot. But it has hurt me, right? Of like giving and being open so much that it's really, and I know this, like you hear this all the time of like, oh, you'll just get walked all over. I think they haven't gotten walked all over, but I am just a very open person. And so reclaiming boundaries that I am like really listening to my intuition of like, this is not gonna fill you, or this is, you don't have to do this thing. Like if you don't want to do this thing, don't do it.
Right.
Don't do it. If you don't want to step into a conversation between friends that is going to drain you, if you have hesitation about that, don't do it. Right. Don't put yourself in those situations. Don't really kind of stand firm for yourself in that. And so more about like who I'm giving my energy to, how I'm giving my time, all of those types of things. And this woman who was doing this work with me, she said, think of it as a screen door. Think of his boundaries as a screen door. So like there's still going to be fluid things like air that come in and out, right? But like we're just trying to block the big heavy stuff. And that visual really resonated with me. It's like, oh, I think I can do that, right?
Yeah.
And for me, I'm still defining those. I do some consulting marketing work also on the side, and so I have like set blocks that I'm like doing that work during the week. I have set times in the month when I have modeling things. I'm working on a set schedule for my involvement in the collab because I have a great team who can do the things, and I don't have to carry that worry all the time. Which is good. It's a big practice though, because as an entrepreneur, it can feel like your baby, right? But it's also not, because it's not a human, it's not a pet, But there are things that happen in this space. You really deeply care for it. You want it to be happy and successful. But it is a thing that if one day you're like, well, I have to close, or I'm going to sell, or, whatever that is, that's easier to let go of than a baby, right? Or a pet. So for me, it's like, okay, I have to create these boundaries, better boundaries for myself now to protect my energy and time. And I think for me personally, my kids' activity schedules kind of help with that, because I'm like, well, they have to be picked up at this time so that they can we can take them to their things. And so it kind of creates these breaks in my day. And I don't need to be on social media all the time, right? And so setting boundaries around how much I'm engaging in that, again, because I realize it's fun, but also it's a lot of noise. So I don't really need to engage for me personally, I don't have to engage a lot in that. And I mean, even maybe this is an unpopular opinion, but like unfriending people that you grew up with.
Right.
Because you've outgrown them.
Yeah.
You know? And you don't have to stay friends with them.
Yeah.
Just because you became friends when Facebook was a thing, you know, when you were in school. You don't have to do that. You can protect your sanity.
Yeah.
So again, I think my boundaries more now are around my energy and time and how I'm giving that, and trying to be more selective of that.
No,
So,
I think that's great. I know for me, I'm kind of the same way. Like, energy
Yeah.
is very important, just because when you're running a company and your energy is sucked out of you at 12 o'clock, you're like, I'm going to need the whole day to rejuvenate.
Yes.
And there goes that productive day.
Yes.
And, I miss out on so much productive work, and then I have a pile more to do the next day. And I'm like, I took a phone call yesterday, and it drained me. I didn't sleep. I couldn't eat.
No.
Yeah, and I was just like, this is where, you unfriend people.
Yes.
Just because if it ruins your energy and your productivity. I mean, not saying like don't do the hard thing.
Yeah.
But also, if it's not promoting or beneficial, and there's no benefit for you out of it, it's just you're continually giving to a bottomless pit.
To a bottomless pit.
It's time. It's time to make some changes and add some boundaries. And like, I love the analogy of it's just a screen door. So that individual can still see you. You can still be cordial. Still a good time.
Yes.
But we're going to keep the heavy things out.
Absolutely. Yeah, there was something you said there about, I lost it, but just about that experience of giving yourself in these phone calls and these conversations, because it very easily happens, and I really have to watch that myself with that, and it's very hard. But I also have to learn at some extent that I'm like, okay, I'm willing to give 20% in this interaction, right? I don't have to give all of my hopes, thoughts, dreams, attention, intention into this. I can save some of that for me. And I can give some energy, I can answer some questions, and then I can move on. I don't have to give every single part of me.
And make it a 4-hour
and then get nothing in return.
Yes.
Yeah. It's pretty draining. So, yeah, I don't know. Have you done your human design?
No, wait.
No.
What do you mean by this?
Okay. It's very fascinating.
Okay.
So I'm sure people are aware of like the Enneagram, right? It's wonderful. I think it's a really, really great tool. I personally really enjoy the human design as a step even further, because human design is based off of your date of birth, the time you were born, and where you were born. So it's kind of astrological, but it gives you, it shows you are one of 5 types. There's 5 types of human design. It's basically showing like this is how you are designed. The 5 types vary, but what and it like shows you kind of in like it looks like your chakras, like when it shows you your chart, kind of highlights your chakras as well. But also, but the thing that's really helpful for me was learning that human design helps you identify how you get energy and how you make decisions. How you get energy, how you make decisions. Those are kind of like 2 key things that it helped me not just identify, but also kind of be affirmed in, because I think we all have these inner knowing workings of ourselves, and we're like, it feels really good when I do this. And now I'm like, oh, that's because it's kind of how I'm designed to operate. Like, that actually is what I need to do. And so, for instance, how I get energy, my type specifically, I get energy by, I can't make it myself. Some people can like make their own energy and like keep going.
Yeah.
I technically, I guess, cannot, and I do feel that because I'm a very tired person. I actually love sleeping. I'm kind of a lazy person at heart. So like the hustle is like totally against like who I am at my core.
Yeah.
And so I'm trying to like, like I really actually can't do that, and I need to try to stop forcing myself into that because I can't operate that way.
Right.
Some people are different. Like some people are what they call generators who can go and do, and like it is nothing for them. For me, this evaluation has helped me confirm that like, oh, I can't really make my own energy, and I actually need to rest. I need to rest. Like I'm like, sometimes I physically feel that my body is like going to fall asleep. That like I have to lay down right now or I am going to collapse. Like no amount of caffeine can shake me out of this. I have to go lay down right now. But also I do get spurts of energy being around other people, like connecting with other people. And so I kind of feed off of their energy. But I get my most truest burst when I have rest, right? And then like how I make decisions is I like to talk things out. And so I haven't for a while, but I've recently gotten back into talk therapy. And it has been so life-giving for me because it is a space where I can talk through the things I'm trying to decide or my thoughts. And usually when I talk things out, I find the answer within that. Like I have like an internal knowing. Some people just kind of like know the answers within themselves, or there's other ways of identifying that. But like I have to talk things out. I'm like, oh, okay, yeah, that's the right answer. That's the right answer. It's a very, very fascinating evaluation. And more than anything, I think with helping to identify those kind of two things, it's also helped me have some love and acceptance for myself of, wow, this is like actually what I need. Like, and I don't need to feel guilty or like shame myself because I can't keep up with everyone else. I operate differently. And I need to respect my body and soul and all of that to better serve myself. And so I very like proudly on the weekends now, I'm like, I must go take a nap. I will see you all later. And before I'd be like, all right, I'll just like try to, carry on. And, or like I would take a nap and just feel shame for that. And you don't need to do that, So having more like, yes, I'm going to take a nap. Bye-bye.
Right.
See you later.
Yes.
This is what I need.
Yeah.
So I think women reclaiming that for themselves and owning that this is what I need, and I don't need to shame myself because it's not always everyone else shaming us. Right. It is us of like some thoughts or conditioning or fears of like, oh, I shouldn't do this. Right. I should be a better wife or mom or whatever, when what is really going to help you get to that place is taking care of yourself. Right. And I don't think a lot of women realize that. I know. We struggle with that. Yeah. I was doing like no shame to the women. Like we just very blankly struggled with that. Yes. With like coming into that own of ourselves of like, oh, I've been really hard on myself. And I need to give myself a break. Yeah. Yeah. And that by itself is just hard. So hard. I was doing a forgiveness seminar and a lot of women were just like, okay, we're going to forgive people. I'm like, no, you got to forgive yourself first. Yeah. Because you're never going to truly forgive others. No. And and everyone was just like, isn't that selfish? And they were like, isn't that? Oh. It was, yes. No. Yes. Yeah. No, that's so fascinating. I would love to hear more about that. But I think self-care, of like your inner self-care is you got to do it. And it's not selfish. It is the least selfish thing you could do because, as I said, we are nurturers, we are caregivers, we are life givers, and we have to reconnect and fill ourselves so that we can continue doing that, and so that everyone else around us, our teams, our family, our friends, whatever, feel that love and connection.
Right.
And so we really do have to take care of ourselves. And again, we have somehow been conditioned. Family, generational trauma, all that, whatever, of like, you can't do that.
Right.
Like, you can't go take a nap, you must be in the kitchen, or, whatever the people may say, or you must be taking care of the children, or whatever. And I just want women to know that they have a say.
Yes.
Like, they don't have to do any of that. They really have a say.
Yeah.
So,
So important.
Yeah.
And I love the self-evaluation too. Like, I think it's important to do the Enneagrams, do the human design. And do all of these tests, quiz yourself, find everything and anything, because the more you know about yourself, the better you're able to say, okay, this is who I am. And you can have that ownership of identity. And that's just a good start.
It's a really good start. It really is, of like doing that practice. Also, like really identifying what your personal principles, beliefs, values are about yourself, life, how you want the world to be, whatever that is. Because when you know that, you stand firmer and like, oh, I am going to stand for this thing, I'm not going to stand for this thing, I'm going to let that slide, whatever your scale is, right? But also like, okay, this is who I am, this is what I believe in, this is how I want to show up in the world. It also helps, it kind of helps to fill you up and kind of build some armor around you because you know more of who you are, like you said, and it helps kind of create those natural boundaries. And kind of natural things come up of like, oh yeah, I'm not going to spend my time on that anymore because I know it doesn't fulfill, sustain, bring joy, whatever it might be, right? So the more you know yourself, the more you can find those answers for yourself.
So actionable step, ladies. Actionable, like write down your list, your values, your boundaries, and all of the results that come from these quizzes as well. And that's that's a very easy online thing. Like you can do like a very easy online like value assessment. And it's a really fun exercise, and like do it for your business, do it for your family, and it's okay if it evolves. It's okay if it changes year after year, whatever that looks like for you, because we are ever growing individuals, and things are just going to look different at different times. I love it. So full circle. I love just the actionals. I love it. I have one more question. So you mentioned your morning routine. What is that like? What books are you reading? What do you do exactly? Just to give them some practical insight. There are 3 books in my nightstand right now, and a journal. I'm doing some. I do actually do my journal prompts at the end of the day. Every now and then, I'll like think I'll see one in the morning and like think about it, but I like to kind of end my day that way of just reflection. There's a book that I got by the woman who did my like energy rating a few weeks ago. I was in Colorado, and I want to say it's like something like Take Flight. I'm not right. I'm gonna have to get that for you later. That's okay.
I'm so sorry.
We'll put it in the description box.
There you go. Put it in the description box. Yes. It is wonderful, and it just like talks about how life is like a kite, and like how we have to what like the middle rod is of the kite, and like then you have the horizontal bar, and then you have the ties, and you have like the fabric. You have all these things that like, but it's also like what makes us up. Like what is that strong foundation that we need for ourselves? What is that axis that helps hold things together, all this kind of stuff. So she connects us all to like a kite, but it is really, really beautiful. And it's storytelling of her experiences. It's a quick read. It's pretty small. But it is just very affirming and very loving. And I'm just really enjoying that. It's like I do little bits of that. Another book, it's actually a book of poems and letters. It's actually written by one of my teammates.
Oh my goodness.
Who is also a poet, makeup artist, all these wonderful things. And it's called Dear Heart. And she goes by Posey Rowe. And it is just a collection of, again, poems and stories that she's really written to herself, but for any woman. It is just so life-giving to give yourself like this little reminder of like peace and calm, and it's okay, and I can let go, and I can, all that kind of stuff. So that's been a beautiful, like, I read like a poem a day kind of thing. And then of course I have like this silly rom-com book that I'm going to start reading here soon.
Have to have all of them.
Yes, you have all of the things.
Right.
You need like some, self-encouragement.
Yeah.
You need some poems.
Yeah.
You need some rom-com story to,
Yeah.
have things fun.
I believe
So,
in it.
yes, those are kind of what I'm reading. But my favorite activity in the morning during my quiet time is I planted a new flower garden this year.
Oh my goodness.
And I've never really done this before. We've had like a vegetable garden. But I planted good chunks of flowers, butterfly bushes, all this stuff. So going out in the morning and watering those, walking around outside, seeing the butterflies, seeing the hummingbirds, just spending some time outside, just being in that environment, watching nature happen, hearing the birds, watching the clouds move, is just where I feel so much joy and peace. And so that is my favorite part. And so if I get to read and be outside, even better.
Yes.
But, when the weather permits.
Right.
Yes. If it's not too hot or rain, all that kind of stuff. So we'll see how that evolves come winter. But yes.
Yeah, no, and that's why I'm so looking forward to the October 19th event for the Spa Night Expo. Because
I'm so excited for your event.
Yes, because we're talking about winter self-care.
Yeah.
Because it looks different.
It looks different every season.
It looks different. And I don't think people really prepare for winter.
No.
They're just over here like, why am I sad?
Yes. Yes. Well, and like also Brandy, my teammate who's the poet and the makeup artist, she's also really big into cyclical living. And so she talked with me a lot about how in winter, like, we kind of, in a way, like, should be, I don't know, could be, it's really good for us to actually winter, like, to really slow down and listen to the seasons and listen to our bodies, and how, January 1st, New Year's, probably not actually how it should be compared to the seasons, right? Like, that should be more in line with like spring equinox, right? When we want to come alive again, we want to like start fresh, right? We have all this new fresh energy around spring, and how fall is like a time of grounding and coming into self, and then winter is like, how do we nourish and take care of ourselves, because there's so much chaotic things happening in the world, and there's holidays and all these things that happen, but I love this idea of how can I pour in and nurture myself and truly care for myself. Also, skin gets so dry in the winter, so that's a whole other that's a whole other thing. I mean, my hands are already like
already. I'm like, it's not cold outside.
I know. I'm like, this heat. Ugh, I need so much lotion. But it's truly terrible. But yes, I'm so excited about it. It's going to be a truly lovely, lovely gathering. Yeah.
But do you have any questions for me before I sign off?
Yeah. Do you want to tell about the October 19th event?
So Oath Garden Flower Shop is throwing this Spa Night Expo where we're going to be having multiple vendors come set up tables, and then we'll also be doing a guest speaker for you guys to ask questions, Q&As. And then we'll also be doing a raffle for you guys to get the first ever spa monthly floral subscription.
Ooh.
It's the first prototype. So it has a whole bunch of stuff that's not even necessary.
Yes. Oh, yeah. Sounds so lovely.
Yes, yeah. So
nice.
I'm excited for that. And then
Good.
we have the sign up for everyone who wants to, like, hey, especially in the winter, I want those monthly spa nights.
Yeah.
We have you.
Yeah.
So
It's gonna be so good.
Yeah.
And I grabbed all that info from your website, and we'll be sharing that in our newsletter as well. So there's going to be some really lovely gatherings here in October, and I'm just thank you for this opportunity. It's so nice to connect with you and just share and connect on this thing of how we give so much, and maybe we don't. Maybe we just take care of ourselves a little bit more.
Right.
So,
it changed everything.
Yeah. And it's okay, I think, for that to evolve seasonally and every year. Like, your needs are always evolving, and you should never apologize or like feel a certain way about that, because it's very natural to evolve.
Yeah, especially for women, because we have cycles. Our life should reflect those. It's just like we're always changing.
Always changing.
Always. And I feel like for us to go and say, okay, I'm going to be disciplined and do this for 365 days is not realistic.
Not realistic. It's
not.
And it's also hard because for anyone who is with a male partner, they don't have the same cycle. And so they don't understand. So don't feel like you're weird or bad because your partner is like, what's wrong with you? And you're like, I'm just you're like, yeah, it's totally normal.
Yes.
They just don't understand.
Yeah.
So
yeah. Well, thank you so much.
Thank you.
We're gonna everyone follow Emma. I'm gonna link her LinkedIn and the Collab as well. Their LinkedIn profile and socials in the description box. You guys check them out, and thank you so much for watching. We will see you on the next one.
Bye.